Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, India's only daily television platform for small businesses. Over the past 7 years, we've understood what matters most to you, the entrepreneur. And in year 8, we're taking head-on 2 of your most pressing concerns, that of funding and mentoring. I'm Sananda Jayaseelan. On the show tonight, to the influencer conversations. First up is SASMOS ATT Technologies. On the other side of a break is Consulting Engineering Group. We're being joined live on the show, in fact, by Bengaluru-based SASMOS ATT Technologies MD and Chairman of the company, HG Chandrashekar, joining us here on the show. Mr. Chandrashekar, good that you could take the time to speak to us here on the Leaders of Tomorrow. I want to start by talking about the journey of your company, started in 2007, from being a startup now to being the preferred name when it comes to the original equipment manufacturing space. Run us through that.
So this journey started in 2007, and then we were very, very clear in the beginning that what is our success mantra? What makes us to go? Are we going to go on a short haul? Are we going to go on a long haul business cases here? And then how this business aligns to the kind of expectation that we have to meet. Then it became very clear that actually this business can only become successful if we can, as an entrepreneur, is ready to take a long-term journey in terms of building this as a highly reliable global partnership firm for many of the OEMs. So when we say long-term, then in this particular way of building up a business, personally, I felt it is important that we should take 2 legs of this particular journey. One is the institutional processes, which really looks at long term, which really creates purpose, which creates identity, which creates actually the culture which is expected to meet these long-term expectations across the globe, and then also a learning as one of the primary pillar across these institutional parameters, which builds an organization for perpetuity. Second is actually organizational processes, which of course, like any other organization, we will have a goals, we have measurables, we have competencies, and we have actually the bottom line, top line approach, which needs to be handled. So there was a challenge to manage very clearly both the legs in a simultaneous way, and building processes, building very clear steps to achieve every block of these 2 legs, and then making sure that we start working with the consciousness on both the blocks have to be taken in together as 2 rails of a train. So this is exactly what we did.
I understand you've acquired a 4-hectare, 4-acre land as far as the Bengaluru Aerospace SEZ is concerned. What plans do you have there you can share with us?
So as we are growing, yes, in the Devanahalli area of Aerospace Park, we always had intentions to actually have our own leg of an infrastructure of a building which suits the global standards, in addition to what we have right now as a leased premise. So we started working on this about some 2 years back as a serious opportunity to look forward for the next 5 years. So as a part of this plan, yes, we have acquired 4 acres of land in that place, and then we really already built up from last November. We did get the land acquisition, and now we have already built the phase 1 of 300,000 square feet. The building that is being built, phase 1 of 65,000 square feet is already built, and it is going to be operational from next June.
I want to get a sense of the product line at SASMOS HET. What can you tell our viewers?
We are currently on the product lines of, we started with the wiring harness manufacturer, and then now we have already moved on to electromechanical assemblies, which is really having a huge content of Indian components, where the metal parts are being sourced from all the SMEs across our cells in Bangalore and more. So we are moving step by step, and I think we have really done a good job in terms of getting onto these legs of wiring harnesses, and then we enhance the wiring harnesses by having partnership with a global giant like Fokker, who made aircraft in the past and who are actually having the wiring harness as their business segment. And then we are really having a JV with GK and Fokker to build the aircraft harnesses, which are very, very critical for its performance, its safety, and then also the requirements of actually the end applications of these particular product lines.
In anyone's entrepreneurial journey, there are bound to be some challenges that the entrepreneur has faced in the growth. What were the biggest challenges? What were the lessons that you've taken away from that? What can you tell our viewers on your learning and your experiences based on that?
See, like any other entrepreneur and any other company, I must say that actually I think we underwent a lot of challenges in the beginning, but yes, it is to really to try and develop all the people as an institute. Like what I said, it was a great challenge, positive challenge, but it is a challenge, and it requires a lot of efforts to do. And then the second important thing is I think it's also mobilizing the growth with respect to its financial support, especially in a manufacturing environment, working capital demands, and making sure that actually you really meet the long-term project requirements and investments. I think all in all, these were all the challenges, but I think we had a very good processes of management, and then also the intelligent way to really create a conducive atmosphere, being planning very well and addressing it very well, has made us really a good to survive and then grow on all these things right now. So in my opinion, yes, it's as usual, always it is talent acquisition, and then the really building up the talent to that level. And then the second and the third one is of course the working capital financing and the processes in the things in the beginning. And once you really go on with this, then basically I think if you are successful, it starts rotating much more faster. So first 7 to 8 years, I think these challenges were there, and then now I think last 2 to 3 years we were much more self-sustained in all the aspects of really ironing out all the processes and then creating a very good atmosphere for growth.
I understand that your products are supplied to many platforms, including of course air, land, etc. What more details can you share with us on that?
We do, when you go to defense is being, equipment will be seen always with all the three legs. That is the land, and then of course naval, and then also the air force. So all the three areas offers you opportunities, but each one of them demands different kind of a discipline, and then technology enabling, and then also the capability to really process it to the level of accuracies that is required to meet the environmental expectations of every leg. So even though the product looks the same, but it is not necessarily the same, but the processes needs to be fine-tuned to such kind of a product lines. So we are happy to say that actually I think we could take challenges of each one of them. We could build the team to align to the expectations. So we are on land area, from tanks to missile launchers to the even actually I think some of the specific equipments that are required for the land army. And then we did a lot of job in terms of naval expectations through Bharat Electronics, and also through the IAI, ELTA, etc. And then we also did the Air Force requirements for Boeing, and then HAL, some portions, and also for the MBDA, as I said, even though it's a missile, it gets onto the aircraft, so the demanding requirements are different. So it's actually all the air platform. And in addition to that, I think I'm very happy to say that we are the one out of ISRO as the key success factor in giving the wiring integration system for satellites, which is really doing very well.
Okay, we're running out of time on this interview, and I want to quickly ask you what advice you would have for budding entrepreneurs on the show.
So, in my opinion, I think for an entrepreneur, be courageous and then be conviction oriented, plus build a purpose around all the team members, which is aligned to the ideas and thoughts and the value add that you are bringing in. So basically, it's purely your own alignments which makes you great success towards the market. And face the challenges. Don't worry. Yes, challenges will come, but be planned and expect the challenge already, so that it becomes an easy way to manage the challenge when it really happens.
Okay, leave us with any expansion plans that you have.
See, SASMOS continuously, as I said, for 5 years, we have got a good plan. In fact, actually, we started already the footsteps last year. We are expanding our footprint, as you already know, in the Devanahalli area, and we would like to contribute to more OEMs in the areas of UK, and then Europe, and then also in US, as our footprints, as our own offices, our own engineering and project management office, and if required, some areas of even manufacturing that we are looking for. But yes, it is all in the plan, and I think it takes another 3 to 5 years to realize these plans into realities and really bringing value add to all the customers. And this is what we believe. Close to customer is the next step that we should take as a further value add to the different geographies, and then also to growth of Indian geography. So this is what we believe. So this is our plan.
H.G. Chandrashekar, good having you here on the Leaders of Tomorrow.